Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA.
We are now set for the main event.
Ronaldo with the shot. Oh, it's gone. One of the greats. Champions of the world.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Well, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net.
And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Deontay Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
On April the 4th, live on DAZN, a war is coming to London. Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder will finally meet in the squared circle. For Chisora, this will be the last dance, 50 and out. For Wilder, he hopes fight number 50 will bring victory, meaning the show continues. No titles on the line, just two battle-hardened warriors, ready to do what they do best, fight. Before the inevitable violence, they meet here face to face.
Your mind is already on retirement, and I'm gonna be gladly to put you in it.
You haven't got a clue what's about to happen.
This is Chisora versus Wilder. This is Face Off.
Here we go. Derek Chisora, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Great to see you both. This will be the 50th fight for both of you. It's a fight number 100 combined. That's something special that you guys have got to that number, because a lot of people don't ever get anywhere near that number of fights. I've seen a lot of sit-down interviews. You guys have obviously been traveling the world promoting this fight, as you should. Very respectful. Is that just from a fighter-to-fighter perspective, or have you guys have bonded over the last few years? Why so respectful to Wilder?
Man, it comes with the age, bro. You know, we know we're in our 30s, you know we're in our 40s. It's like, I just want to fight. I ain't got time for the ups and downs and this whole games, or I'm going to do this to you, watch when I see. Nah. You know, we just talk every day, we just chat. You know, I know when we finish the whole thing today, will be goodbye, I love you, get home safe. I will see you in the next 8 weeks. Right. And then from then, it's no more friendship. It's just wartime for me, even for him. And then after that, you know what we do, you know the tradition, we break up the five guys.
That's the tradition?
Yeah.
That's tradition. Is that the same for you as well? I mean, you've had fighters opposite you before, and there has been animosity. There's been venom. I've seen it. This is so different.
Yeah.
Is it easy then to switch to that bronze bomber when you are quite cool and relaxed with someone?
It is for me. We are two human beings that we can flip it on and we can flip it off, you know what I mean? And when you get people like that in there, they're the most dangerous people in the world because they're unpredictable. And that's what they call us, unpredictable. They don't know what to expect out of us. You don't know we're going to tear it up in here. We want to. No security or anything. You had to call the police. Get 6 units. You know what I'm saying? We want to, you know, but it's no need for that. Like you said, over time, as you get older, man, you get more relaxed, you know what I mean? And we never had bad blood anyway, you know what I'm saying? And over time, it brings a relationship. It brings you closer. And then when you have fights, it brings you even closer, you know? So I think every young fighter, or fighters in general in the business, should take a page out of this book.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys try too hard to sell a fight because they want the asses in the seat. They want to get the best results possible. So sometimes they make up situations. They try to do too much or whatever instead of just going with the flow of things and whatever. And this is what we do. This is all real. This is us. You know what I mean? We don't have to have an animosity. We don't have to look to do things. I don't have to get mad at him. He don't have to get mad at me, you know. But on the night of the fight, that's what all that matters. And at the end of the day, why waste energy in all that back and forth like that? You know, when we can consume our energy, have civilized conversations, interviews, and then on the night of the fight, we release all that energy because we're going to need it. And that's just how we look at it.
I think we both know, everyone knows, everyone watching this, that you guys, once you get in the ring, kind of playtime is over. Derek, I feel like you've wanted this fight for a long time. Not just in the last few months when the fight's been spoken about, when you guys were together and did the face-off at the IBA. I feel like you've asked for Wilder for a while. Why?
No, I asked for it a long time ago, and then it didn't happen. And I was just looking at the rankings and looking at everything, and we meshed the fight. It didn't happen. And then we tried to do it again, it didn't happen. 3 times, I think, we tried to do it again.
Why didn't it happen?
Because God didn't want it to happen at that time. There's a reason why. Yeah. God didn't want it to happen at that time. Because the contracts were not fair. So it didn't happen. But now the contracts are fair, so it's happening.
See, when I look at both of your styles, I almost feel like it's just, it's violent. And the idea of both of you wanting that violence almost scares me a little bit because you're a puncher and you're a brawler that can punch. So ultimately, both of you are going to inflict a lot of pain on each other. And it's funny, I say that, you both kind of smile weirdly, which is kind of, again, kind of crazy to me. Why did you want this fight, Wilder? Again, you had options. You're the former WBC champion. People were running to you. Why are you running to Chisora?
Yeah, like he said before, this thing's supposed to happen a decade ago, you know. And, you know, we just kept running into situations. You know, we serve an on-time God. Things may not come when we want it, but it's always on time. This is the on-time factor of the matter. April the 4th at L2 Arena. It's going down all the way through. And it's going to be nothing but excitement. When you got a Derek Chisora, War Chisora, and you got a Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, it's made for a perfect, it's tailor-made for it. So it fit perfectly, you know. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, I need him more than he need me, you know, because I still got plans of moving forward and doing things, you know. He's in the retirement stage of his life. You know, he's trying to take me with him so we can go fishing.
I didn't tell him you're going to retire with me. You know, my selling point for this fight, I was like, you know what? You are not fighting after I fight. You fight me because he's going to retire with me. You know, because I am walking out that ring retired. He's going to be walking out that ring retired as well. But he don't realize it. He's in denial. Well, it's okay.
He's in denial about
retirement.
What you can do to him in the ring?
Yeah, what I can do to him, and plus retirement as well.
You know.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, and one thing, you know, why I say I need him, because I need his style of things. I've been through a lot of stuff mentally, you know. And if I say I'm back and I want to know I'm back, this is the perfect test for me. Because we know Derek, he brings everything. The pressure, he'll hit you anywhere he can, where he can get away with. And I'm gonna need that pressure, because you know, pressure breaks pipes. but pressure also builds diamonds. And I'm looking for him to build a diamond out of me and go forward, you know, instead of bust the pipes. And, you know, and it's just going to be a great fight overall. I can feel it. I can sense it, you know. And I love the environment that we're in. I love the situation, the aroma that we have when we come in. You know, people get nervous around us, but we're not nervous around y'all. You understand me? And it's a beautiful thing to feel it, to understand it, to have an off switch. But when it's time to turn that motherfucker on.
Go time.
Do you, this guy was at one stage known as the hardest hitting heavyweight we've ever seen. Right? It was the conversations with him, it was the conversation with George Foreman, Mike Tyson. Do you think that guy still exists?
He does. You know, if put it this way, let's say we put a lion in this room, an old-ass lion. Everybody else will be jumping up and down trying to run away. He's still got the power, mate. Yeah, he's playing deception right now. Yeah, he's still got it.
Why do you run to that then, Chisora? In your last fight, when you believe that he still has the bronze bomber power that we've seen put so many people to sleep, why are you running towards that?
Why am I running towards that? It's simple. Legacy. You know, some people want to win titles by not fighting real fighters. And we have seen it happen in boxing. You know, so I rather fight real fighters and say, you know what, man, if you look at everybody, you know, I did an interview the other day and, you know, telling me everybody at box was like, wow, did I fight those guys? What was I thinking? But you know what, a legacy for me. You know, I want to be that guy. He boxed everybody. You know, be ashamed if I don't fight him.
You know when a fighter, and I'll ask you and I'll put it to you as well, when a fighter says it's their last fight, I always feel like, and then correct me if I'm wrong, but I always feel like if you've got 1 foot out of the door, it's dangerous. Like, you've got to be fully committed. Is there, do you almost feel like, with Chisora saying it's his last fight, is he a more dangerous fighter for you, or is there a case of, well, this guy's got 1 foot out the door already?
No, I mean, it's all up on him, you know. If he say this is his last fight, then we have to hold him to his word until he proved differently, you know. I don't believe he got one foot in, then, you know, what you said, you know, because at the end of the day, to complete a task, to complete a mission and get the job done, you got to have both feet on outside of the line. You only surrender when you throw that flag up, not halfway, but all the way up and wave it. You feel me? Because you can be indecisive, you know, of what you want to do when you're having that 1 foot in, you know, out the door. You know what I mean? Because that 1 foot, all you got to do is lift it and bring that bitch back in. You know what I'm saying? Me? So that don't necessarily mean you automatically out the door. That's just something that a person think about or whatever. Maybe it's on the outside of fans may think that way, but as a fighter, you just never know. You know, you just never know. And if he say he's done, and with the things that how he's explained it, even with the wife, you know, when a man loves, he loves hard. You understand me? When a man loves, he loves hard. And if this is what he's saying, then you have to hold him to his word until he shows otherwise.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced. When this fight was when this fight was made, everyone said puncher, brawler. We know you can crack Chisora, but everyone's saying that if this fight plays out, it's Wilder that wins it by knockout. It's Chisora that wins it by almost brawling and winning a tough fight. Do you expect to knock out Deontay Wilder? Do you think you can knock out Deontay Wilder?
You can knock anybody out, but I've never been in a position to knock people out. I'm just in a position to just drown people.
Do you expect to drown him?
I'm gonna drown him. That's one thing I know.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. You know, because I know for a fact he will not train the way I train. I'm gonna drown him. I'm gonna hit him.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know I'm a certified scuba diver, right?
Yeah, scuba diving and being fit is
I can free dive as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
Jesus. So I'm in for a long night. Now I have to knock him out. Now I have to knock him out. Now I didn't want to knock him out, but now I have to.
I'm not one of them black guys that can't swim.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful world under there.
Can you do the black flip, the backstroke?
Oh, I can do all that.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
Maybe a new plan's needed.
Nah, it's Cold War.
It's Cold War,
yeah.
Indeed. But Wilder, do you expect to knock out Chisora?
That's you know, that's what I'm planning on doing. That's what I see the fight happening. I see that either he gonna knock me out, or I'm gonna knock him out. You know, even though he may not have had the experience as much as me of knocking people out, doesn't mean he don't have the capability of doing it. It's just like he said, anybody can be knocked out. It's only take the right punch at the right time at the right moment, and that's it, you know. And we all know, just like in life, the things that hurt us is the things that we can't see.
Mm. When does it switch for both of you? Like, when does this, when do we see the Bronze Bomber? When do we see War Chisora? Right now, I feel like I've got Derek and I've got Deontay. And it's
nah, the switch is...
When did the switch go?
I'll tell you what, the switch is when I say goodbye to him later on.
And that's it.
Yeah. Right now, press conference, you know, he knows when the switch is off. When we shake hands and say goodbye, brother.
Get that last hug in.
Yeah. See you later. Oh, bon voyage. And next time I see him, I'm like, what the fuck you looking at?
Right.
You guys are both similar to each other.
Yeah. But but you have to understand, it's going to be an amazing fight. But I don't want to sell it with violence, because there's too much violence in the world right now. Do you understand? People are dying. There's too much violence in the world. So, you know, things have gone viral on TikTok because people getting beaten up by other people and people are recording. We don't want that.
Yeah, but you say you don't want to sell it on violence. Your career has been violence.
Yes, it has.
It
has been, but you're missing the point. We don't want to do that. We are fathers now. Do you understand? He's got 7?
Yeah, I want 7 more.
You want 7 more? I got 3. Do you understand? And we want to bring our kids to the fight. We want our kids to enjoy the fight. You know.
Is it not dangerous that you both have softened then?
No, we're not soft.
No, it's not soft at all.
Softened.
No,
Certainly not soft.
No,
the heavyweight fighters. But is it a worry that both of you are maybe...
bro, I'm telling you right now, yeah.
You can go when you want.
I can go. I can go anytime, bro.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Likewise.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show, so aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this.
Fight night, only on DAZN.
They say the body slows, that youth belongs to the bold, and that time is undefeated. And perhaps it is, but time has never understood pride. These are not young men chasing promise. These are men that have tasted consequence. One carries a right hand that can end a night in a heartbeat. And when that bell rings, who will remain standing? Tonight, 2 heavyweights will meet, not as champions, not as prospects, but as warriors. Chisora, Wilder, an icon will fall.
Here we go. We've been waiting for this one as soon as it was announced, and thousands have been waiting as well. Thousands are making their way to the O2 Arena here in London for something very, very special. We are talking about Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. Will it be Chisora's final fight? Will it be Deontay Wilder's final fight? All we know is that boxing is always the best and the unexplained and the unexpected fear to welcome inside the O2 Arena. I think the best venue in British boxing, maybe the best venue in world boxing. I'm Adi Oladipo, and we have a stellar cast with me tonight as well, but we have a stellar cast of fighters as well. Amit Anderson, unbeaten American, very proud, very boastful. He takes on DAZN, middleweight title fight. That one, cracking fight. Move on, the big boys. You have to have a couple of big boys on every card. Matty Harris versus Franklin Ignatius. Just a one defeat for both. Someone's going to have 2 defeats on their record after that. Denzel Bentley versus Saavedra, WBO interim title fight. The winner of this could be upgraded as the champion, Yanibek Alam-Kanani, serves the ban. Big opportunity for Denzel Bentley. Big opportunity for this young man, Vidal Riley. He takes on the veteran, Mateusz Masternak, European title fight. And talking of veterans, talking of opportunities, doesn't get bigger, does it? Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder, 50 versus 50. Both of these guys are saying they're going to produce fireworks, and they think they will. Follow me, Mr. Cameraman, because obviously if it is a stellar cast, there has to be a stellar cast with me on the broadcast as well. We have a couple of men that I think you guys might enjoy and might like. Two-weight former world champion Carl Frampton, and a man that knows both Chisora and Wilder very, very well, Malik Scott. And say hello to this wonderful studio as well. Look at this. Look at this, right? They spent a couple of quid on this one. Carl, you first. This is incredible, isn't it? I mean, we are lucky to go up and down the country, all around the world for venues. When the O2 is packed, maybe none better.
Yeah, it's hard to beat, really. And I mean, it's been the home of so many big fights over recent years. AJ comes to mind. You think of AJ and the huge fights he's had here. David Haye, Derek Chisora. But the atmosphere that can be created in this place, especially when someone like Derek Chisora is going to fight against a big name like Deontay Wilder, I think it's going to be top-notch.
I can't wait for it. I almost want to fast forward the next 2 or 3 hours, Malik, just to see the big boys do the walk. Like, how's Wilder going to be feeling right now? We are, what, 3.5 hours from when he does the ring walk. What's he going to be feeling like right now?
Violence. Violent. He cannot wait to get his hands on Derek Chisora. And Carl just spoke on something about Anthony Joshua when he used to fight here. I was with Dylan White when he fought AJ here, and I remember when I was here, I was looking like Deontay would love to fight here one day. And he's going to appreciate it. He's going to embrace the crowd. I'm looking forward to see how he acts towards everybody.
I said at the top there, it's an important fight for both, right? Wilder wants to continue. Chisora has said it's his last fight. If, and we'll get to semantics, but if he wins, is it his last fight? Is this the perfect place to bow out?
I think it's the perfect place to bow out. Look, I don't know if I believe, Derek, that it's going to be his last fight, because if someone offers him another big fight, knowing the character that he is, he'd probably take it. But if he can get the win here against Deontay Wilder, a former heavyweight champion who defended that WBC title so many times, what a way for him to go out. So that's what I would recommend him doing. Whether he does it or not, I don't know. And as you said, Deontay wants to continue on with a career. But if he loses tonight to Derek Chisora, I think that's got to be the end of the road for him. So there's a bit of jeopardy on the line here for both guys, and that's why it makes it interesting.
Malik, you know Wilder very, very well. You fought Deontay Wilder way back when. You've worked in his corner for some really big fights as well. How important for this fight in his career? Again, the carrot being dangled is Alexander Usyk, Fabio Wardley, who's part of the team, maybe an AJ fight as well. He has to not just win, but look good tonight.
Yes, and I think like that's what their plan is. They don't have no plans coming in here to beat Chisora by decision. Deontay, like I said, he's coming to be violent, and he's coming to get Chisora out of here. Now, can he do that? That's what the mysterious is all about. Does the missile still exist? Can he knock out Derek Chisora, who rarely gets knocked out? We're going to see, because he got an opponent in front of him that if he still has it, Chisora is going to let us all know.
You know, the Fury fights, physically so difficult, mentally so difficult as well. How much do you think they took away from Deontay Wilder?
I think not only did they take something from Deontay Wilder, but John Fury would tell you himself, it took something from my son as well. Yeah. You just can't be in those kind of wars, or you can be for the sake of legacy. But to leave those fights and think you're regular, those guys, they're not the same people they was before those 3 fights. Those was wars. It took damage. I was in the trilogy head coach for Deontay at that time. I was there ringside in the corner. I seen what he was going through. I seen the punches land on his temple. I also seen him get up and fight harder to knock Fury down twice. So it's a great fight, but those type of fights, it really do take it out of you. Not just Deontay, but Fury as well.
The winner of this could maybe jump into the Ring Magazine top 10 heavyweight rankings, because it is so important. Let's remind you of those rankings. Carl, you look at it and you see a lot of British names.
Yeah.
Malik, on your side, you don't see many Americans. We see one.
Yes. And that's very rare, but we got to get some American heavyweights up in there, man, because right now it's not looking too good for us.
That's the thing. When you think of the great American heavyweights over the generations past, it was, I mean, another time this would have been full of Americans, but it's filled with Europeans and a couple of Africans in there now. So heavyweight boxing on the global scene.
Good, isn't it? Is that not good?
Well, it's good for us, I think.
Well, of course it's good for y'all because y'all UK's own. Yeah. But an American like me, I want to see some of my American guys up there as well. And speaking of that, Jared Anderson just signed as well with Queensberry. So we're looking for Jared Anderson to come back and really shake things up a bit in the heavyweight division.
It's a good list, though, isn't it? It really is. A man that you probably saw on top of that list is backstage with Olivia Wayne.
It certainly is. WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Ring's #1 heavyweight, and DAZN's #1 broadcaster, soon to be. Fabio Wardy, so good to see you. Okay, Chisora, let's just talk about him. It is the Indian summer of his career, but he did really well in his last time out against Otto Wallin. So what do you make of him tonight? What do you think we're going to see?
Yeah, look, fantastic performance last time out from him. I'm expecting the same. High energy, high impact, just that war mentality that he brings.
If he does actually win it, will he go on and fight again, or should he retire on a high?
For me, I'd love to see him retire on a high. Here, his hometown, home crowd, home fans, just take all the praise, take all the flowers, and wave goodbye on the night.
And finally, Wilder, of course, we must mention him. If he loses tonight, should he call it a day?
I think for him as well, yeah. I think based off recent performances that he hasn't looked the best we've seen him. But if tonight he pulls off a good performance, then yeah, look, there's more for him. But if not, I think he's had a great career. Maybe tonight's the night to call it.
If he does go ahead and win, I think there's a match-up between you two, maybe in MSG. OK, guys, we want to hear from you tonight. They do get involved in all our social channels. Use the hashtag #ChisoraWilder. And, of course, you can get involved in Fan Zone on the DAZN app. Pose questions to the guys and the pundits if you want. You can vote on the best fights. Talk amongst yourselves. We really want to hear from you. All right, I think it's time we get this show on the road. Ade, it's over to you.
1 second, did she say DAZN's #1 broadcast? I mean, Fabio's good, but he's just joined the team, Olivia. All right, I'm making the ring walk. Fabio actually did this ring walk against Joseph Parker. Obviously, it was an incredible victory for him. The crowd is starting to pull in already. The doors only opened an hour ago, so this is going to be one of those fights that is very, very exciting, very, very captivating as well. Now, I did hear there was a few gremlins with sound a bit earlier. For those of you that are watching it on YouTube, those gremlins have now gone. So make sure you buy the pay-per-view because it really is a fantastic card. Support the big boys, Wilder and Chisora. I'm making my way ringside to where the commentary team are, Adam Smith, Darren Barker, Barry Jones. This is the best seat in the house. This is where I always sit when I'm watching the fights. So I don't even need to throw it to you anymore. Hello, guys. Hello, Adam. Hello, Darren. Take it away, sir.
Make yourself comfortable. And
Thank you very much.
It's great to have you here.
Where's my sweets? Where's my chocolate and my tea?
You'll get plenty of those. Don't worry about that. Easter treats all round on this magnificent weekend for boxing. And it's a tasty start in the middleweight division. The 22-year-old American, really excited to see him. Amir Anderson, undefeated in 6, all by stoppage, rather like Pat Brown's record last night. In with a very decent man from Barnet in Jordan Dujon, who's 32 now. He's more experienced with those 10 victories. So good matches on this card like they were last night on the Matchroom show in Altrincham. From Planet Ice to the O2 and to the great Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Jordan Dujon.
Heavyweight legends in the heavyweight season at a heavyweight venue tonight. But first up, we're in the middleweight category, which saw much action a fortnight ago down the road at the Copper Box. Now here in the big arena, London's Jordan DAZN. He's a popular type on the scene. He's a title winner, proud to have been a Southern Area champion. And we saw last night how much these area belts mean. His ambitions to win a British title for the former talented QPR youth footballer. He works in property, he's studying for a master's, he's an all-round 32-year-old, but he wants to make the most of this on his biggest night.
Yeah, look, former Southern Area champion, he needs to get into a bit of better form, but let me tell you this, he's from a proper fighting town, Barnet. They produce some very good fighters, Adam.
Barry Jones shaking his head.
We've had more world champions in my street than you've had in your town. Don't forget that.
And his opponent, Amir Cashman Anderson.
He's going to enjoy this. One of the enticing, attractive young American starlets from the MM Pro stable. Here's Cashman.
Still get fucked up in the work, in the picture. When I write lyrics, don't call me a rapper, I'm really a It's not by chance or luck. I took one shot and I hit my target. I'm not even yet my prime. I'm not 100, yeah, I still charging. They don't wanna see me win, but I know the end I win regardless. Sleepless nights, I was up in the stew, up in the booth, and make me a hit. Even when I was feeling low, I kept on going, I weren't gonna quit. I can't wait for the day that I make it. Next in line, I feel like a kid. My time will come, I just gotta be patient. Keep on pushing and take these risks. Made racks off, putting my pain on tracks. Grinding hard, trying to see more plex. I've been going harder than ever, I don't have time to sit and relax. I've been putting in countless hours and still not there where I wanna be at. This year I'ma prove them wrong. They said that I can't, but I know that I can. If I could do it, then why can't you? Get up and make it work. Ain't no way I'm sitting around. This now or never, I'm picking up. You can't tell me that I won't make it. Knew that I had this gift since birth. Grinding, came out the mud like Roddy. I had nobody, I came from dirt. Hitting the picture. When I write lyrics, don't call me a rapper, I'm really an artist. It's not by chance or luck.